Hey, let's talk about context today, you guys. Tyler, your wandering therapist here. I'm at the top of Providence Canyon, right in the fall leaves. They're all starting to change. You can just see how beautiful it is going all the way back down through the canyon. A couple more days and this whole thing will be lit up with red and yellow. But I was just thinking about that, standing looking at this, looking back down from where I just came from, and thinking about the principle of context and how to use context to find greater peace in life, to be able to suffer less with the things that we suffer with, and to find more peace. And I was just thinking about this, that when we have struggles, most of us tend to kind of go inward with ourselves. We go into, oh, poor me, or this is I'm the only one, or why is this happening to me? And the world seems to get smaller for most of us when we have our problems. And standing here looking at this reminded me of this principle of context, that one of the things that we can do when we're feeling like the world is getting small is we can purposely look at our situation and try to add context, or to drill out, to look at it from a 30,000 foot view. And we begin to see that maybe it looks a little bit differently than we thought it did. It reminds me of like the movie, you know, if any of you have seen The Sixth Sense, an old movie, where, this is a spoiler alert for those who haven't watched it, but where you're watching it from one angle the whole time through the movie, and then at the very end it flips on you and you see most everything from a different angle, and it totally changes the way you look at the story, and it kind of throws you for a little bit of a loop. But it's an adding of context at the end that changes the storyline to the movie. The same thing is true with the things that we're going through. You know, pick your struggle, whatever that is. I struggle with a pornography addiction. I'm the only one. Well, when you start to add context, what you realize is that the porn industry is $100 billion a year industry, and maybe you're not even spending money on it, which doesn't make it okay, but it means you're not alone. It keeps you from going into the tunnel of feeling alone, and you see the bigger picture, right? People who struggle with infertility. So many people think they're the only ones. They think something's wrong with them, or that God's cursed them in some way, when in reality, anywhere from 25 to 30% of couples will struggle with some kind of infertility in their lives. And so you're not alone. And that greater context, the bigger picture view, even thinking about this right now, we could be walking through any one of those little forests behind me in the darkness of the tunnel of the trees and think that that's the only place where we're at, when in reality it's just a little tiny microcosm of many other forests that we could be in. And we could even probably drill out from there, thinking about it even more with the world we live in. And so, you know, that old song, From a Distance, where she sings about, from a distance, God is watching us. And in some ways, from a distance, sometimes that context actually allows us more freedom to operate, more freedom to choose, less suffering. We can see a greater perspective. Maybe we can find different meaning in the things that we're going through. And that meaning actually makes a big difference. Because when we find meaning in the struggles that we're going through, when we find a bigger picture, it actually gives us purpose. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys today. Enjoy the view, get out and do some of this yourselves, and have a great day. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you found this to be valuable for you, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you're facing particular struggles that you need help with, or roadblocks that you're running into, please submit a question. I'd be happy to answer it for you.